Hey everybody, this is Dave Blair, Sim Pit Crew, and I wanted to go over my Season 2 of 2019 and just kind of recap basically all the series that I've been running in iRacing. So this was a race at Bristol Motor Speedway, and this was before the race even started. I got a dent in my car. I had an incident before we even got going. I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, we're on the out lap. That's the only incident that I had in this race. You can kind of see here, I started in 11th. I ended up finishing in 4th. This was my first time running at this track, which I thought was pretty good. Now, during this season, so this is Season 2 of 2019, and I'm recording this video on June 1st of 2019 because I was a little worried that if I didn't get this done, I would lose all the results. I don't know if they stay up the results through week 13 or not, or does the information go away. So there's still time in this is week 12 of Season 2, so there still is time to do some races all the way up until Monday at 5 o'clock, I believe. So again, this is June 1st, and this is Saturday, June 1st, 2019. Anyway, so for this season of iRacing, I did one series in this NASCAR oval race series, and I did 4 of the road racing series. Now, the series that I picked at the beginning of the season were for a B license in the road class, and I'm pretty sure I did not, no, I did have a D license in the oval. But anyway, I'm not going to focus on this race too much, but I just thought I'd show that because it was kind of funny how I got a dent in my car before the race even started. But yeah, this was a good race for me. And again, Bristol's so tight, and I was just thrilled that I came away with a 4th place finish in this one. And we'll take one look at what it looks like from the chase cam here. Had a lot of fun here. Again, it's a short track, high banked corners, and I did really well here, so I was pretty happy with that performance. Okay, so this was the only oval that I raced, and we'll check the stats here. So this was the National Series. It was a fixed setup race. I'm in Division 5. I'm still not sure what all this means, but basically it's a 12-week season, but it only counts 8 weeks. So I have a C class in my oval license now. Again, when I started the season, it was a D. But anyway, so I finished 20th in my division. Now, I raced all 12 weeks of the oval. There were some of the series that I was in that I did not race all 12 weeks because I could not find a race, and I'll touch on that when I get there. At first, when I was doing this, I was like, well, it doesn't seem fair that they only count 8 weeks out of a 12-week season. They should count 12. And I'll also bring up my race room series that I'm running in Sim Racing System, and the Sim Racing System is a 6-week series. But if you miss a week, you get 0 points basically. So now I understand why they only count 8 weeks instead of all 12. that gives you an opportunity. If you don't get a race during that week, it doesn't really count against you as long as you can get 8 races in a 12-week series. The other thing too is you can see here I had 15 starts in this one, and that meant that I ran 12 of the races were single, but 3 of them I ran them twice during the week. So I might have had a bad result and decided to rerun that one, or I had a good time and wanted to run it again, and it was available when I was looking for a race. But either way, I ran 3 of those twice. So again, I understand the way that they're doing it now a little bit better. But at first I was like, well, why aren't you counting all 12 weeks? But now I understand why they don't. Okay, so the next series that I was in, I did 4 road series. I did the Advanced Mazda Cup. And I did that one mainly because that's the one that Devin Booth runs for the Simpit crew. And I wanted to race with him, basically just to show some support. So there's my Mazda MX-5 Cup. And then if we go to the stats on that one, yeah, you can see I actually ran quite a few of these. 7 times I did double. But I did run all 12 weeks of this one, and I came in 3rd in my Division 5. Now, when I started the road series, I had a B-class license, so that determined what series that I was going to run in. Even though for the Advanced Mazda, I think all you need is a D-class. But you can see here that I've mainly been focusing on the road racing, and I have a Class A license. So again, I had 8 weeks counted out of 19 weeks, or 19 races that I started. So again, I'm still pretty new to this whole iRacing thing, so thanks for bearing with me. I just kind of want to cover these seasons because this is the first full season that I did and really understood or started to understand how it works. So the next season, or the next series that I ran in, let's see, was the Spec Racer Ford Challenge. And the reason I picked this one is because I'm pretty sure this was highlighted on one of the Simpit news shows that Sean did. And I can't remember why, but this one stuck out for me a little bit. Now there's the Spec Racer Ford. This has really small tires. It almost feels like a go-kart car. But let me check the stats on this one. But this one is a difficult car to drive. Yep, here I ran, you can see I ran it 12 starts. So I believe I ran all 12 weeks on this car. And so it only counted 8 of my best ones, I'm assuming, and I came in 6th in my Division 5 on this car. Again, very tricky car to drive. It really lacks grip. But you can also see for the next race that's coming up in, right now it's about 3:20 here, so there's still some time, but there's 3 people lined up for this one. Now, normally in the races that I remember running with the Spec Racer, it was very low turnout, usually less than 10 people, but it always seemed to be more than 6, and I found out that you need 6 people to make it an official race. So again, I believe I ran all 12 weeks with this car. It was a very challenging car, and I came in 6th overall in that series. All right, next one was the Radical. Now this one really baffled me because the Radical, to me, was a really fun car to drive. Again, it feels like a go-kart, but it's much faster. And I recently just changed my paint scheme on that one. But you can see, let's see, the Radical, I believe that's updated. So I came in 5th on this one. But if you see here, I only had 11 starts. This one was a challenge to find enough people, and I don't understand it because this one's actually, I enjoyed this car a lot better than the Ford Spec Racer, but I struggled to find enough people to race against on this one, it's such a fun car to drive, so it was really disappointing. If I look at the schedule here, Alton Park, I tried racing that one 3 times and only had 4 or 5 people. Same thing with Zolder. Didn't get enough people to show up for Zolder. So I believe those 2 I did not run. But I don't know, just a great car. And I just don't understand why people didn't come out for it. But again, placed 5th overall in that one. Oh, that's the one that I had my first win in also. And that was at Laguna. So, again, really enjoyed that car. Okay. The next one is the VRS GT Sprint Series. Now, this one I ran 2 separate cars. Here's the Mercedes, and then I also have the Ferrari. Now, the Mercedes felt a lot more stable, but I did run the Ferrari at the Monza track, which I felt like the Mercedes had a better turn for the chicanes in that one. This one the race is 40 minutes long. You have to take a pit stop. These cars are very challenging. They're GT3 cars, and you can see I'm not even in the top 25. Here I am, number 69, 8 out of 14. So the majority of these I just ran one time, but there were a couple that I decided to rerun. I really had a good time. But yeah, so 14 starts. I only had 1 top 5, and that was at Monza in the Ferrari. But as you can see here, I was number 69, which is pretty far down the list compared to the other series that I was running. So the GT3 are really challenging. I had a lot of fun with it. Now, going forward, I believe what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to look for races where I can promote my oval license. So I'm a D in there right now, and what I want to do is try and find some that require, so this one's a minimum class of C. Okay, I have a C license, so I can do these now. But yeah, so I'm looking to promote my oval license from a C up to a B, possibly an A. I believe what I'm going to do is 1, maybe 2 series in iRacing coming up in season 3. So again, I would like to try to announce what series I'm going to be running and see if we can get some people that might be interested in running those series. So once I figure out what series that I'm going to run, might be this Class C fixed. And there's also, I believe there's going to be some new oval series for iRacing going to be announced soon. So again, I'm looking to up my oval license from a C to a B, and then I may participate in a road course, which would probably be the Williams F1 car, although I'm not sure that I really want to do that yet. But it seems like my only option here in Class A. I do have the Williams Toyota car, or the GT3 Cup here. I don't know. Depends on what they offer, but I'm looking to run in an A-class event. So I may do that one just to see if I can up my license. I don't know what it takes to get above A. So again, I'm still pretty new at this. Season 2 of 2019 was the first season that I ran full season. Okay, so here we are in my sim racing system, and if I go down here to race room, the GTR3 is the one that I've been running in. So if I go here to standings, so here I am, number 42 in the standings, but I missed week 6. So looking back at the way that iRacing does it now, where it only counts 8 weeks of the 12, that might be actually, now that I think about it, a better system, because if you do happen to miss a week or 2 or 4, you still are recorded in the series and you still could win. Even if you just run 8 weeks, if you ran all 8 races and came in first place, you could win the series. So again, looking at the way that the two systems do it, this would have been nice. I unfortunately could not make the race today, which is June 1st. The other thing I'd like to point out here is that June 2nd, which is Sunday tomorrow, is the last day for this series in Race Room, and it will be starting a new 6-week race series. So if anybody is interested in racing in Race Room, June 3rd is when the new season starts. So here we can see all the different series that Race Room has, which is a lot less than they run in Assetto Corsa. Now the Assetto Corsa, you can pretty much find a race every hour on the hour, but Race Room is only a few days and it's hit or miss. But again, it'll be starting a brand new series on Monday, June 3rd. Now, if I look at Assetto Corsa, I've been running in the GT America series. And here I am sitting here number 8, and we've only done 2 weeks so far. Now, this one is a pretty tough series because it's an hour-long race, and the fuel usage is 200%, and the tire usage is 170. And what that means is that it forces you to take a pit stop where you have to take on fuel. You will not have enough fuel because of the way it uses it. And a lot of times you may even have to take tires depending on the track. Anyway, this is a pretty good series. The main issue that I have with this one is that it offers so many different race times. People can run it over and over and over again. And also, I'd like to highlight Stan Donnet. Now, I was in a race with him, and he's done really well. But I do know that he runs more than one time per track. But he's doing an outstanding job in this series so far. And the series is a lot of fun. As you can see here, we have a lot of Americans in this one. So again, I will post in the Discord channel under the iRacing tab what season I'll be running for Season 3 2019. So if anybody at the Sim Pit would like to come out and run with me, at least you'll know what series that I'm doing, and quite possibly we may be able to get into a race together, and then when I make these highlight videos, you could also be part of that. Anyway, I do enjoy racing with everyone from the Sim Pit, and again, maybe we can get something going in Discord, or if you let me know that you're going to be joining in whatever series I'm doing, maybe we can look in Discord, or we can always communicate through the game, which is a nice thing with iRacing. Thanks for watching.